welcome back to WickedDilly Chaos Time Chaos. As it turns out, my cell phone, with which I've been keeping track of time, well, it ran out of battery, and the charger to it, I think I have left it in my other house, in my new house, which is a very good plan. So I'm just going to try and keep track of time with my treacherous alarm clock. Oh, I know you despise me, alarm clock, and I despise you more. I'm going to keep an eye on you. Anywho, yes, my cell phone charger is probably in the other house, so there is no way for me to have electricity put its stuff into my cell phone. So that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, the funny thing with my cell phone is it's one of those really old cell phones, well, not really old, but quite old. At least it's not a smartphone, because I'm just scared with smartphones. They're just too delicate for me. I tend to screw things up quite heavily, and yeah, I'm just scared that if I were to switch over to smartphone, then within no time I would have destroyed it with water and physics and accidents. Because also with this phone, this is an old Samsung phone. It's one of those phones that you can flip open, so like glutuk, and then it's open. And I actually, when I was still working at the hardware store, there was this one time where I got paint all over my working jeans. So as soon as I came home, I just moped around a bit and then put those jeans into a sink full of boiling water. And then about after 20 minutes I found out, wait, I did not empty the pockets. And so I found out that my cell phone was boiling in this water, had been boiling there for 20 minutes. So that ruined my mood even more. And yeah, I just surrendered.
What are your orders?
I realized that my phone, I would need a new phone and a new.
It is done.
Yeah, I would just have to fix all that things. But then, after about 2 days, without me really doing anything, my phone started to regenerate. Things started to become visible again in the screen, and it acted weird, but it functioned.
It shall be done.
And after about 3 weeks grand total, there was almost no sign of it ever having been in a water accident. And that's just what I really love in things, when they're sturdy enough to withstand my derpiness. Because though I may be a mathematician in life, more or less, I think that Wicked can testify that in everyday things, I'm sometimes not all that clever. I do admit that. And that's also part of what I've been telling, that the way logic works in my head is pretty much how it doesn't work for a lot of people. Maybe I should attend War College, maybe. I mean Mage College. There was actually, as I've mentioned before, I'm thinking of taking up a minor in artificial intelligence. But there actually also is this study in the Netherlands, which is like war sciences. You can actually learn to be a warlord. And it would just seem so funny to do a minor in that, because then every time someone asks, I'm like, yeah, I did war sciences for half a year. And then I can like take this warlord name and wear crazy hats around. And when people question me on my hat, they question me on my authority. And that would also actually work very well, I think, with my mighty beard. Well, my beard's not that mighty, but it's mighty enough for people to whine around about me having to shave.
Naturally.
But then next time people ask me to shave, I'm like, no! I will invade your country! But Dylan, their country is your country. Shut up, Vincent. You don't know where I am at that point. Maybe maybe I just went cross border to have people insult my beard and my hat. Maybe I just did that. Who knows? I am unpredictable. Logic works differently for me. I am Dilly. I am from the WickedDilly Let's Play Circus.
The creator watches us all.
And the creator watches us all. And that's what he does. He's a bit of a perv.
For my people.
Right. I was accumulating a headache, and I guess I'm going to plummet into depths by recruiting another one of these companies. I can survive. I can survive. I can survive. Oh yes, you're an info company with some weird flanking to the sides. And you guys can make another one of these sexies done Judas. I will survive. I will make it here so I can thrive with some more wood. Cause wood is good. You guys are heating up and feeding up and heating up the room. I think I'm actually getting better at this. Maybe it's just let's play for a few years and then become an improv singer. Because that's a solid combination, improv singing. Oh, I like how Gary Bot once in a while is just like, no, life sucks. Yes, I programmed you well. No, I don't want my machines to be sad. Oh, this is Dunjota, and this is Dunasa. Dunasa, Asa, Wonga. Oh, I actually haven't gotten to Wonga yet. I've talked a lot about money, and I've also talked about money, Gary money. But I haven't talked about Wonga. Wonga is one of my favorite slang words. And it's not even actually official Dutch slang. It's, I think it's British slang. This is advert on Dutch television. I'm going to, wait, I'm going to put a link down here as soon as I find out how YouTube works. And that's a Dutch advert where you can sell your old cell phone. Sell your cell phone. Oh. I suck. And I lost focus. Oh yes, I was going to make archers, but I guess not. I lost focus. What was I doing? I am waiting. In position. Yeah, but right. So, it's an advert in which you can sell your cell phone, and they get a bunch of social rejects. No, I don't know. That's more or less what they are supposed to. No, actually, in the Dutch ad, it's not that bad. It's but yeah, they like try to enthusiase you to sell your old cell phone, and they promise you money, and then they come with different slang words for money. We're starting with pegels and poen and flappen, and then suddenly the alien word wonga, and not just wonga. They don't just say wonga, but they hire this fat bearded guy to shout wonga, and it's just really amusing because it makes so little sense. And I actually did some research on the advert because I just like it very much. I don't know why, but I like the advert very much. I quote it all the time. And I found out that there was originally a British ad. I'm guessing that Envirophone is a British company. And in that advert they more or less rounded up what people have named social rejects, but that's a little dodgy because there's also just like this very regular, enthusiastic black person in it. But yes, people have called it social rejects, and they all talk in turns about Envirophone and why you should sell your phone, and they come with British slang, starting with dosh and then readies, and then a fat guy says wonga. So apparently when Envirophone came to the Netherlands, they figured that that yeah, that the British advert worked well enough. So why not make a Dutch version of the exact same formula? And apparently the fat guy saying wonga, that in its own right became so popular that they figured that they could just get another fat guy to say wonga in the Dutch version, and so they did. And apparently that was the birth of the word wonga in the Dutch language, or language. Anyway, at least in my friend group, because I say wonga a very lot. I'm actually going to refer to gold as wonga from now on, just so you know. Um, from next part, every time now, I'm going to call gold wonga. So I wish you a lot of luck with every part, starting with the next part. See you in a bit.